Today is Monday, February 27th. Today is National Strawberry Day.
Today is the day your Who Am I contest answers are due in the box at lunch for the final two mysteries. Please have your pencils ready for today's clues coming up in the later in the broadcast. Both clues given today will be scrolling on the hallway TVs.
Our Black History fact for today is that throughout history, many important events in Black history have occurred in February. It was chosen as the month to celebrate Black history because the Black abolitionist and writer Frederick Douglass was born on this month, and so is Abraham Lincoln, who played an important part in shaping Black history.
What's for lunch today?
Our lunch for today will be rice bowl, pizza dippers, regular or spicy chicken patty sandwiches, popcorn chicken salad, and turkey and cheese sandwich.
Today's sides will be Ortino blend vegetables and seasoned cubed potatoes.
Uber is under fire over harassment allegations. CNN has the latest.
Fowler describes her year as at Uber as strange and slightly horrifying, beginning, she says, with an unwanted sexual advance just weeks into her new job. In a blog post on Sunday, Fowler wrote, "My new manager sent me a string of messages over company chat. It was clear that he was trying to get me to have sex with him." Fowler said she immediately took screenshots of these chat messages and reported him to Uber Human Resources. She says upper management called her manager a high performer and they wouldn't feel comfortable punishing him because it was, quote, this man's first offense. However, Fowler says fellow women engineers later told her they had experienced the same problem with the same supervisor. In a statement to NBC News, Uber CEO Travis Kalanick said he'd only just been informed of Fowler's complaint and that her description is, quote, abhorrent and against everything Uber stands for and believes in. He's launched an urgent investigation, adding anyone who behaves this way or thinks this is okay will be fired.
I hear these stories from women all the time, and there is a sense that women need to put up with it. There is a sense that it's part of what it means to be an engineer in Silicon Valley.
Fowler's allegations are common in the male-dominated Silicon Valley. A recent survey found 60% of women in tech reported unwanted sexual advances. 60% also said when they reported sexual advances, they were dissatisfied with the course of action to resolve them. Fowler says her supervisor is no longer at Uber, but doesn't know why he left. And she left Uber too, starting a new job in January. Jolene Kent, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Last night at the Oscars, the biggest award of the night for Best Picture was announced incorrectly. This is the first time ever in its 89th year history of that the Oscars was given to the wrong people and taken back in the place of La La Land's acceptance speech. The correction was made that the biggest picture of the year actually went to Moonlight. It turns out that the wrong envelope was given to the announcer.
Chinese zoo workers needed to exercise their tigers in the snowy conditions. Here's NBC's report on what happened. Now to Isaac with your Belzer Sports.
There's no games or meets today. There are many athletic competitions this week. Be sure to check a calendar for the away games. Tomorrow and Thursday, swimming and diving are at home. This weekend, wrestling competed in the county tournament and came home with several wrestlers placing. Keon Bowman, James Lomax, and Devon Asher all earned first place in their weight classes. If you want to participate in spring sports, lacrosse has a call-out meeting today. Softball has a call-out meeting tomorrow. Track and field have a call-out meeting on March 6th. Baseball has a call-out meeting March 7th. Students who want to try out must have a complete physical on file or hand it in. Now back to our anchors.
Belzer students have been busy representing us well. Our band and orchestra performed at the Butler on Friday night as part of the IMEA festival, and the Belzer Sound Choir received second runner-up in their weekend competition.
Remember, students, to submit your essay or poem for our Black History Month contest to Mr. Morris by Thursday. There is a minimum word count of 250 for the essay.
8th graders, please have your course request sheets for next year's classes to Miss Neal or your social studies teacher by Wednesday.
LC counselors will be here this week during C&D lunches to answer any questions.
Congratulations to Jamon Warner, Anaya Hyatt, and Kimora Whetstone. They are Mr. Schultz's Student of the Weeks.
There will be no comedy club today after school.
Our celebrity birthday today is Josh Groban, who turns 36.
He's a musician who makes classical music. He has performed at the Super Bowl and the Olympics.
On this day in history in 1827, citizens of New Orleans celebrated the city's first Mardi Gras, a yearly celebration that continues today.
Last week, who am I trivia contest answers were Tarji Henson, Ruby Bridges, Benjamin Banker, and Madam C.J. Walker. Our winners are Mrs. Benson Hager and Mr. Mickens.
Today is the final day for our contest. You will be given 2 clues for the last 2 days of the month. Put your answers on a paper and submit them in the box at lunch.
Here is today's Who Am I challenge.
While in college, I earned a total of 12 varsity letters in football, track, baseball, and basketball.
I received a degree in law and played professional football.
My most recognized accomplishment is performing Old Man River in the musical Showboat in London, 1927, which the song became an American hit.
Who am I?
Here's tomorrow's Who Am I challenge.
I was a state and a senator for a total of 6 years.
Growing up in Honolulu, I went by the nickname Barry.
In 2009, I was awarded for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Who am I?
Remember to hand in your answers today.
Our quote of the day is from Dr. Seuss, who once said, "Only you can control the future." Don't forget the Belzer blog is available for reading online.
Now to Mr. Harsher with the rest of your morning announcements.
Have a fabulous day, Bruins.
Good morning, Bruins. I just want to take a couple minutes to do some reminders about our I-STEP testing, which begins tomorrow. I had a lot of students coming in this morning and asking questions, and I'm glad to hear that. That means you were paying attention last week. Chances are you or your parents got my phone call. So I want to make sure we just kind of go over a couple last-minute details. Some are X's and O's about the testing, and others are just some sort of reminders that will help you be successful. The first thing, as we start looking forward to testing starting tomorrow, I just want to give you a couple reminders, and I put this in my Sunday night call. The biggest thing that you need to remember during your testing time is to just relax and stay calm. The teachers have done a great job, and our counselors and Ms. Shelton in particular have done a great job of getting everything organized. We're going to work on all the X's and O's and the time limits and what section you're supposed to be doing at what time. All you have to worry about doing is doing a good job on the test. I did make a reminder to your parents, and I'm going to remind you again, it does make a difference if you get a good night's sleep and you get some breakfast. So please make sure you're getting right off the bus in the morning, getting into that breakfast line, and getting your way through to class. And then the last two things I want to remind you about are, number one, that you are prepared. I have been so impressed as I walk through this building every day with the level of rigor and the amount of work that's been going on in our classrooms all year. I feel so confident that our teachers have done a great job preparing all of you to do a great job on this test. So you are prepared, and I just need you to believe in yourself. I was in Mr. Rector's room last week, and every time I'm in his room, I see 100% focus, 100% effort. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's all we're asking from everybody, that when you're in there and you're working on that test, that you stay 100% focused and that you give 100% effort. And if you do that, that's all we can ask from you. I'm going to now talk about a couple X's and O's. The first thing is, this morning, Mrs. Neal sent out to your teachers this list. It's got every student in the building and where they will be testing tomorrow. So today, at about 3:35, I will get on our PA system, and you will actually take your laptop, you will put it away in your 7th period teacher's class, as you normally do, and I want to make sure everybody understands that everybody will put their laptop up. There will be no students checking out their laptop tonight. There will be no students taking their laptop home. Those need to be turned into your cart. The teacher will secure that cart, and for the next couple days during testing, we will not be checking out our devices. So you need to make sure 7th period that you bring it to class, you'll check that in, and then what we're going to ask you to do is to go to your testing room. So, for example, if my name is Max Allen, this list shows that my testing room is going to be with Mr. Mann in room B215. So college prep teachers, I need you this morning to go through that list with everybody that's in your college prep, and I need you to let them know what their testing room is. So we're going to practice this afternoon. I want to make sure every student in this building has an opportunity to find their testing room today. Now listen, the reason we're doing that today is because tomorrow, Tuesday, we will not have college prep. So when you come in the building, if you need to go to breakfast or to your locker, you will do that in the morning, and then you will go directly to your testing room. So that's why you're going to find that room today, so tomorrow you know exactly where to go. One thing, a second email came out. There was one correction, teachers. If you didn't see that email yet, Mrs. Roll's classroom had the wrong number. Her room is D109. So any students that are assigned to Mrs. Roll's class, please make that correction. That is D109. Finally, I want to give my last reminder, and we're going to just do this to make sure that we save time and we save any chance of stress in the morning. Students, I've been saying this since last Wednesday. You may not bring a cell phone or a book bag into your testing room tomorrow. I'm going to say that again. You may not bring a cell phone or a book bag into your testing room tomorrow. So that means you either need to get to that locker and secure all your things, or you need to leave those things at home. The only two things that you should be walking into that classroom with in the morning is a pencil, and if you have a calculator, I guess you could bring that with you, but we also can have a silent reading book. So I wanted to remind you, if you get done with your test early, you've checked over all your answers, and there's still 8 minutes to go, you can pull out your silent reading book, and you can read quietly for 8 minutes until other students are done testing. There really should be nothing else that you're bringing with you into that testing room. So I wanted to make sure I made those expectations clear. Again today, during 7th period teachers, we need to make sure we're planning ahead for this. You need to make sure that all devices are collected and secured by about 3:35. One of the administrators will get on the PA system, and we will ask all students to go to their testing room. I'm going to give you the rest of the time here this morning to make sure you share that testing room with the students that are in your college prep. Let's make it a great day. I'm very proud, as I mentioned, of all the students and the work we've been doing, and I can't wait for you to get an opportunity to show us what you know over the next couple days. Have a great Monday.